Well, looks like I picked the wrong day to give up the Nice Guys on Business podcast. That and sniffing glue. Not that there's a difference. Need an education on how to grow your business? The Nice Guys are here to help. Learn about great customer service, networking, and how just being nice can help you prosper. Now, here are your hosts, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
You know, we are really fucking crazy. I mean, like...
more so than normal?
5 episodes a week. No, it's just insane. I'm sitting here at the Westfields Marriott Conference Center doing this recording in between like my triple this weekend, and I'm just nuts. It's just, you know, I hope our Nice Guy community appreciates it because we work very, very freaking hard for them.
I think there are certain people in the Nice Guy community that are we recording?
Hey, Nice Guy community. Welcome back. I guess we've started our episode again. Okay. So how's everybody doing? Yeah, I hope you guys appreciate it because, like I said, I am sitting here. I stayed overnight at the location where my wedding that I performed last night was because my wedding tonight is close by. And here I am. I'll be loading in about 2 hours, but instead until then, I'm recording my podcast episodes with Doug because we love you guys so much.
So you're actually in the Marriott lobby. You're in your pajamas. Did you sleep in the lobby? I can imagine Strickland sleeping in the lobby of the Marriott. You didn't even stay at the Marriott, did you?
No, I didn't. I stayed at a freaking Howard Johnson's. That was a total dive. If I were staying here, I probably could have just stayed in the room and used the Wi-Fi. But instead, I'm stealing it from the lobby right now. And people are walking around wondering what the hell is going on. But we talked about that yesterday. So anyway.
Do you have your step-in? Did you have the step-in repeat set up like I told you to?
Oh, good idea. I should have thought about that. Then everybody would.
Hey, you know what would be really fun one time, and let's try this one time. We would have this would be like a total fun head trip with people. Let's go to like a really nice hotel and set up our step and repeat and a table with a tablecloth and our microphones and just start recording the show right in the middle of the lobby without any explanation to anybody what we're doing. Do you think we'd get interrupted?
I totally love that. That would be so freaking cool. I mean, I think guests would interrupt us. I'd be curious to see how long we could go before somebody at the hotel.
Oh my God.
I would love to do like... We would have to find somebody at the hotel, right? Because, you know, we've got a lot of hotel connections, right? So we could basically say, like, if somebody comes up and says, hey, what are you guys doing? No, Steve, no. We hooked this up with Steve. It's okay. It's just ask Steve. He knows all about it.
We totally need to do that, but we got to take it to the next step. We have to do it in a hotel that we don't know anybody, and we just look up the name of the general manager online.
And so we'll do it like on a day where we're pretty sure like he won't be there, like on a Sunday, right? And it'll be like the general manager of the hotel. Yeah, we're going to do this. We totally have to do this. And we're going to set up a video camera so people can watch.
Oh my God. Oh God. So not only do we have the whole tabletop thing and the step and repeat setup, but we have a video camera and we have Gary recording the whole thing.
Oh, we totally have to do it. We totally have to do
this.
We just got to figure out the gear to use to be able to set up really quickly, right? Because if we start doing it, we're going to get questions immediately. So we need to be set up and rolling and recording within 5 minutes.
But do we do this at like a 5-star hotel or do we do it at like a 4-star hotel that probably doesn't give a shit because they don't know what's going on? The right hand doesn't know what their left hand is doing. You know, the 5-star hotels, if you set it up at like a Ritz-Carlton, they're going to say, okay, let's see how we've gotten this through. But a 4-star hotel, you know they don't know what's going on. One person doesn't know what the other one's doing.
God, that'd be pretty cool. But think about something like a Ritz-Carlton, right? Like at the Ritz, they are all about over-the-top positivity, right? I
think
wonder,
they'd help us.
Like, you know, at Disney, right? Like if you go to Disney, they're not allowed to say no. I mean, that's the rule. They're not allowed to. I wonder if the Ritz is the same way. Like, in other words, they've got their shit together enough that they would know probably that, hey, we're not supposed to be there. But would they be so polite that they would never say, look, you guys got to go? Like they wouldn't want to be seen in the lobby.
We've got to do this. I think we've come up with a great idea.
I love this.
Where are the nice guys today?
Well, like where I am right now, Westfields Marriott Conference Center, it's huge, right? They've got like a dozen ballrooms and it's a big lobby, but there's like this lounge, which is where I am right now. It's like a lounge off the side of the lobby. Now, I've been here for about an hour and like 2 or 3 people have wandered through, but it's not the kind of thing where it's like right in the middle of traffic. If we did it here, we could totally do it, and nobody would probably even say a word, but it's almost too easy here, I think.
Yeah. It's no, you want to do it someplace where you feel like you can almost get caught.
Right. Oh, my God. We have to do this. Anyway, we haven't introduced ourselves. My name is Strickland Bonner. That's Doug Sandler, and we come up with stupid ideas sometimes, but I think we need to do this.
No, that's a great idea that we definitely need to implement. I think it would be fun. It would be a little bit daring, and it would be even better if we did things like started interviewing people that worked at the hotel.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious. Oh yeah, hey Joel, hey, come over here a minute. Could you come here a second? Hey, yeah, no, Steve said it was okay. Don't worry about it. Come on, just give me a minute. I want to interview you here.
Oh my God, we interview it one at a time. We'll start getting like concierge, we'll get them, and then we'll get the bell captain involved, and then we'll get front desk manager, and then we'll get the head of housekeeping.
Oh my God, I love it.
Head of security.
Hilarious.
Hey, who's the head of security? They're next. And then they find out from them who's going, oh my God, what a great idea. Yeah, so anyway, this is the Nice Guys on Business podcast. That guy over there, he is Strickland. We really want to make sure that you guys understand what this is all about, this podcast, if this is the first time you're tuning in. If you figure out what this is about, could you tell us? Because we have no fucking clue.
Oh God.
What are we going to talk about today, Strick?
Well, let's start with our BMoreBiz Conference, which is coming up in a couple of weeks in Baltimore, November 7th through the 9th. We have amazing speakers. We have amazing dinner. We're going to record podcasts, and you can be a part of it in a mastermind. I mean, there's just so much stuff. It's a great power packed into 2 days.
Yeah, let's be even more specific. So here's the deal. On Monday night, you're going to come in. We're going to have a great welcoming reception, including drinks and some fun stuff. On Tuesday, so that's just really the reception and welcoming. On Tuesday, the main day of the conference, we're going to have 5 speakers. Casey Cornelius, who runs a company called For College for Life. I'm going to be speaking. I own a company called Nice Guys Finish First. Sean Carpenter, who is an amazing trainer and speaker, is coming in. Rob Jollis, who owns a company called Jollis Associates. He does business planning and training of Salesforce training and speaking coach, and he helped me. Actually, he was the guy that helped me write the outline for my book and helped me be accountable. And Laura Cannon. Laura is an amazing business coach, and all 5 of us, this is what we do for a living. We are professional speakers and trainers. I don't even know why any of the 4 people told us they were going to do this gratis. I mean, I love the fact that they did, but if we were charging for this like a normal fee, this would be thousands of dollars. Oh, yeah. Thousands of dollars. We are charging $295 in order for you guys to be there. Just click on the show art. Right behind there, there is a Be More Business Conference link. It will take you to more information on the site. You can get all of the specifics, $295. We just have 10 spots that are open to, and they could even be gone by the time the show airs. I don't even know how many we have left now. I mean, we're probably only down to 4, 5, 6, maybe. I don't know. But
by the time it started, I mean, we're recording this on Sunday. It could be filled up already.
Yeah. Should we even promote it anymore?
Yeah. Well,
people should completely filled. What happens if? Hold on a second. Let's look at this from a realistic perspective. If they are listening to this and we are telling them that they can come in, if they click the link and we already have it's already filled, we should probably just refund them the money.
Well, we might have to. I mean, we could maybe squeeze an extra person or two in, but we want to keep this intimate because the whole idea of the Mastermind Conference is that we want to get differing ideas. You need help with your business. Other people need help with their business. And we're going to be sitting down in a round table and discussing all of this, not only with the other attendees, but also with these speakers. I mean, the amount of business experience they bring to the table, and it is going to be intimate. It's not like some huge room with 50 people where you can't get a word in edgewise. It is a very small group, and it's going to be amazing.
And then on Wednesday, just to cap it off, Wednesday, we're going to do a live recording of the Nice Guys on Business podcast, 3 episodes that will be the following week that will be aired. Everybody that's going to be in the room that wants to have a mic will be mic'd up so that we can all contribute to the show as well. And that will be the day that we're going to have the mastermind group. We literally are going to be sitting at a table talking about the things that are very important to your business, the things that you need help with, the things that you need information about, the things that you're stuck on, the things that you're not stuck on, but you can help people to get out of their stuck spot. So take a moment, just click on the show art, like I said, and right behind it, click on the link to get more information. You can sign up right there on the website, $295, very easy. Once it's filled, it's filled. You're going to have to wait till next year, period, the end. Sorry, people.
That is it. That's it. Maybe on the website, we'll put a note up saying like how many slots are left when it starts filling up.
Oh, what a good idea. I just had a tough time actually coming up with how to even try to figure out the promo codes and stuff. So there are no promo codes left, so forget it.
It's not going to work.
Sign. If you have a promo code, I don't know where you got it from because it ain't working now. Hey, Strick, I signed up for this new thing called BombBomb.
Oh, yeah.
And we didn't talk about that today, did we?
Not yet. They're our sponsor today, though, aren't they?
Okay, so BombBomb, what's really cool about them, it is a plugin that you use for your email. It's a little bit challenging for me to explain, but the ease and simplicity of the use is very apparent once you get used to it. The way, not even once you get used to it, just using it is very easy. BombBomb is a thing that you put in your email, and literally it is a. Have you ever sent anybody a video, Strick?
I never have. No.
Okay, so if
I've sent I've sent links to videos before.
Yeah, so like in order to make a video, you got to record the video, and then you have to have a platform so if it's on Facebook Live, it's just using Facebook, right? If you're doing one on YouTube, it's on YouTube, and you have to do actually the video, and you have to
upload it, and then you gotta do all the other,
and then record the video, and then wait for it to process, and then download the link, and then take a screenshot and put it in. This is not the way that BombBomb works. Is you actually write from your email platform, whether it's Gmail or Outlook or Yahoo. Is Yahoo still a thing?
I think so. I don't know how many people use it, but I think it exists still.
Right from where you are, AOL dial-up, all that stuff. You literally can hit the BombBomb button. There's a little icon that's on your screen. Hit the BombBomb button, record your video, save the video, and send it, period, the end. That's it. There is no uploads. There's no downloads. There's no any loads. There's basically do your email. What's cool about it is you can use it for sales emails. You can use it for making your relationship stronger with your clients, because when somebody gets an email video of you, it's impressive. I mean, I sent you one.
And Sunny Lake has actually done it, and we had a long discussion about it at one. I can't remember what episode it was, but it's personalized. It's more than just text. It's I'm looking at you. I'm talking to you.
And what's really neat about it is when somebody actually gets an email that's from somebody that is on the BombBomb platform, they can respond through email. I mean, through video also.
I didn't realize that. That's cool.
Yeah. So if you hit reply to that email that I sent you yesterday or today or whenever it was, and it's got an option for you to send. Do you want to send a video back too? So
I want to try that.
Cool. So just click on the link. When you click on the link, it will give you access to a 14-day free trial with BombBomb because you are a Nice Guy community member. There is no credit card required, no anything. Just sign up and give them your information and let them know how you normally send your emails out. They will show you what the plugin is. Very simple. It can even, I think it actually even recognizes when you send it through your through an email what your platform already is. So it just sends you the plugin, and it's very easy. There's not much to do. If you are technology illiterate or technologically illiterate, like me, I still have it, and it's easy, and I do it all the time. Bomb.
So now we had a couple of topics we needed to get to today. Apparently, according to you, it is Yom Kippur.
Yes, today is Yom Kippur. Today is the day that I atone for all of the sins that I have done throughout the course of the year.
Like the 5 episodes we're putting out every week?
Yeah, well, that's not is that a sin to put out 5 episodes a week?
It's a joke.
It's a bad joke, Strickland.
The sin would be if we're not providing a learning experience that is entertaining and adds value to their life, as we are promising with the promise statement.
Well, thank you for delivering the promise statement. That was cool.
You're welcome. I figured you didn't have it up in front of you, so I might as well just do it.
I just have a picture of you in front of me because I'm all Skype right now. I've been challenged with this my entire life, and the problem is that how much religion is enough religion? I mean, how much is enough for you to feel like you are a part of your religious group? Like, I'm Jewish, and Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah and Purim and Hanukkah and all the holidays happen every year because that's the calendar. Every year they happen, and it's a part of your religion. The issue is that with many of these holidays, I just don't feel a connection.
Okay.
And I don't know, I'm challenged by, especially a holiday like Yom Kippur. It's the day that you atone for your sins. So the day that you atone, you fast. And I don't fast. I don't know. I guess I think back to the time when I was going to Hebrew school as a young kid before I was bar mitzvahed. And I don't know. I did all of these things because my parents made me. Mm-hmm. And then when I got to be an adult and I had kids of my own, then I followed those principles because I had kids and I wanted to set a good example. And I guess that's a good reason, or that's a reason, maybe not a good reason, but that is a reason. Mm-hmm. And then when my kids got old enough to make their own decisions and they did what they wanted to do, and I, respect whatever direction that my kids decide that they want to go in when it comes to religion, that's their thing. I kind of let it go, and I focus on that sometimes as should I be doing more as a Jewish man or as a Jewish person? Should I be doing more to make sure that Judaism lives on? Because isn't it the responsibility of the current generation to make sure that their religion continues to the next generation and beyond?
You're getting some really deep stuff that I don't know how much it has to do with business, but it's rather interesting because
it has something to do with principles, though.
Yeah, it does. But within Judaism, there are all kinds of different factions, right? There are the Orthodox Jews that believe very strongly in the way things were done 2,000 to 5,000 years ago, or at least the way that message of how they did it 2,000 to 5,000 years ago has been passed down. And then there's the Reformed, and there's all kinds of different versions of it. I mean, the way I look at it personally, I think like the Orthodox Jews, like let's say because they will do nothing between the Sabbath on Saturday. And Doug, you know way more about this than I do.
Right. No, you got it right so far.
To me, I think it's ridiculous. Okay, you have to change with the times, but the question is, how much should you change with the times and still honor a Torah that was written 5,000 years ago? Like one of the things that I see, they've got a thing called a Shabbos Goy. Okay, so like let's say on the Sabbath, you're not supposed to do anything, right? Like you're not supposed to use technology, so you're not allowed to turn on the lights. You can't drive. You can't use a telephone, right? So,
are you about to tell me that they have people that are a Shabbos? What I'm thinking that you're a Shabbat goy or a
is
Shabbos
that what it's called?
goy.
Yeah,
I don't know either. I mean, either way, it depends on how old you are in studying the religion and the language. But are you about to tell me that they have people that do that for the Orthodox Jews?
That's it exactly. And again, this is my understanding. I could be wrong, but when you go to
what's the difference then?
Exactly.
What's the difference?
It's like you're cheating.
You're using
you're saying
it's my workaround.
Exactly. You're basically saying I believe in my religion so much, and I believe in doing this exactly the way they did it 5,000 years ago because I am Orthodox. But I'm gonna pay somebody else to turn the lights on for me. You're gonna pay somebody to hold the phone to your ear too? Like, come on, really? And by the way, if you say, I'm Orthodox, I believe this, you know what? I defend your right to believe that. And you know what? I think more power to you. I am not trying to make fun of or look down on somebody that has very strong beliefs, right? But don't have strong beliefs and then make the choice to cheat it here and there because you feel like it. You know what? Change the rules. If you really feel like the rules are wrong, like you've got to pay somebody else to turn the lights on for you, okay, how much do you feel you want to bend the rules?
Well, that's all a part. But that's all a part of these different divisions within Judaism, and there's probably different divisions within every religion. But because I'm Jewish, I guess that's the one that I see is the most prevalent. You have Orthodox, and you have Reformed, and you have Reconstruction, and you have there's just so many, and conservative. You have so many different. And
every religion has the same.
Okay,
stuff, I'm sure.
So how do you know? And in my particular case, it being Yom Kippur, how do you know what's enough and what isn't enough? And okay, so maybe this doesn't make a direct relationship. Strick, we talk about everything on this show, and I've had in a couple of weeks we have a dominatrix that's coming on the show, and we make the connection between being a dominatrix and business. I don't know that we necessarily have to make a business connection with everything. I think people are listening to the show because they are just into the conversation and not, we're just starting the conversation. We're not, does everything have to be tied into business?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just trying to appeal to the audience that we have, and I don't know. I'm not saying they wouldn't be interested.
Okay,
who knows? I guess we're going to find out.
We do 5 shows a week. There's going to be something somebody is not going to be interested in hearing, and when they don't want to hear it, the best thing to do is let us know that you're not interested in hearing it, and we will have a choice of deciding whether we want to continue with the conversation or not in the future, or skip to tomorrow's show, or listen to yesterday's show you forgot to listen to. Any of that shit.
Good point.
I just never know, and then when it comes down to also is that then I start thinking about how would my mom feel or how would my my stepdad, who is no longer on this earth, how would he feel about nobody really interferes, and I guess that's good. They don't interfere in my life from that perspective, but I would like to set a good example for my kids, and I want to do the right thing, but I don't want to do the right thing if it means not. I've spent my entire life doing things for other people. Mm-hmm. That's the way I feel, I guess, or maybe that's not the right way to feel, but I feel like a number of things. In the beginning, I was doing it for my parents. Then when I got to be an adult, I was doing it for my kids. Now I'm at a station in my life at this ripe young age. I won't mention my age because I know you hate when I do that. But are we beyond that yet, or no? We still on that?
Hey, you do whatever you want to do.
Okay, I was born in 1912, so I just never know. Like, what do you do? What feels right for you, or do you do what's right that feels? As long as you're not harming anybody, what's the difference?
Well, to me, it all is about you need to decide what is good for you. Because you're right. Let's say you do for you what you feel is good. Okay, well, you just have to think about the repercussions. The possible repercussions are that, Judaism as you know it is going to die. Okay, well, you know what? That's not going to happen with just you if you are not what you would consider. But if everybody did it,
okay, but if everybody takes that mentality, that's exactly what could happen.
Right. So if it's important to you, you need to decide what's important to you. And if Judaism is important to you, but you don't feel like following the rules the way they're set now because you think they're outdated or because you think they're silly or because you don't have time or whatever, well, you got to make a decision to either let it go, ignore it, or make an effort to make a change in the whole community. I mean, you could at any given point go to your rabbi or go to your synagogue and basically say, hey guys, you know what? What do we think of this? We've been doing this for about 1,000 years now. What do you think maybe if we try to change it? I mean, and all of these different factions of Judaism came out from somebody saying that at some point, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But isn't it a rabbi's responsibility to bring you back to center?
But maybe the rabbi can make the decision that center is moving. Somebody moved your cheese, right? I mean, isn't that what it's all about? I mean, really, again, all of these factions, how many of them were created 1,000 years ago? How many were created 500 years ago?
Oh, right.
How many were created 20 years ago?
Right.
Somewhere, somebody at some point said, you know what? I don't understand why we're still doing it this way. With Christianity, right? And Catholicism. I mean, the big thing when they talk about like that, a man laying down with another man is the wrong thing and there should not be, same-sex marriage, right? It doesn't say that in the Bible anywhere. This is somebody's interpretation. Now, a lot of people have interpreted it this way over the years, right? But the Bible also says don't eat shellfish, it's bad, and don't eat pork because it's a dirty animal. Okay, well, you know what? The whole pork thing, well, a lot of the Jews still believe that. But, in the Bible, the Christians have decided to ignore that passage in the Bible because they feel like it's outdated or because they feel like it wasn't a direct reference, it was something else. It's all about interpretation, and over the years different people have said, I choose to interpret this differently.
So it really is up for interpretation, and if it's up for interpretation, I choose to interpret the holiday as whatever it would be that would be meaningful to me. Is it okay? I guess it is okay because this is how I've led my life, and maybe no one has really given me any pushback except for when there were people in my life that were influences in my life that I interpret it a certain way, and I'm not harming anybody in interpreting Yom Kippur as a holiday where yes, it is me atoning for any sins that have happened throughout the course of the year. But how is that? Why does that necessarily mean it's got to translate into fasting? Is that the proof of it? Is it? I don't know. Do you know any idea what I'm getting at here? I'm just trying to figure out.
What you're getting at is 1,000 years ago or 5,000 years ago, possibly in Judaism, somebody made the decision that the best way to show your atonement is to fast. Well, you're making the decision today that, you know what? That's fucking stupid. I don't feel like doing that. I don't feel like that makes any difference. Well, you make your own choice. I mean,
but
there are a lot of people that still believe that making that sacrifice is akin to showing that you care enough that you do atone for your sins, and you make the choice of whether that's a stupid way to do it or not.
And I really don't. I'm not condemning anybody else that wants to do it. It's not like I'm getting on my, out on my soapbox and starting to say to people that are sinning as they're heading into, as they're fasting, as they're heading into synagogue, why are you doing that? It's a dumb thing. I don't say that. Let them fast. I don't care. I actually enjoy what I love about the holidays so much, including Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah and all the other holidays like Hanukkah that we all get together. I like the idea of getting together, having a meal with somebody that you haven't seen in weeks or months in some cases, and just enjoying the camaraderie and the kinship and the family that is brought together for those holidays. The fact that they've been fasting and I haven't, or maybe some of the people have been fasting and some of them haven't, I don't know. It's not even relevant to me. I wonder.
You don't go in like with candy bars in your pocket and go, this tastes really fucking good. Wouldn't you love to have one right now?
I do remember at a point though when I guess early on when I was married for the first time and I would fast, I do remember going into break fast, which is the time when you have your meal after fasting for an entire day. Mm-hmm. They used to have like either Bloody Marys or what the hell, screwdrivers. And,
boy, that's a really good plan right there. Let's not eat for 24 hours, and the first thing we're going to do is put alcohol into our system. That's a really good plan.
Yeah, that's a good recipe for a major headache by the time that you're done. But it was fun. It was really fun, man. Two sips in, and you were 3 sheets to the wind. It was good.
Dennis Leary in his No Cure for Cancer show, he walks out on stage with like a beer and a cigarette in his hand. And one of the lines in the middle of the show, he's holding on to his beer and he says, "Hey, to all you people in the 12-step program out there, still tastes great." And he takes a big sip of his beer.
Oh, no.
It's like, ouch.
No good. Not
nice.
Anyway, that was my bit of a rant onto whether to be or not to be a good Jew. And I still feel like I am a good Jew. I feel like maybe I'm not in the eyes of the guys that wrote the Torah 5,000 years ago, or however many thousands of years ago it was written. But I still do have a huge amount of respect for the religion, and I really love being a part. I love being associated with the religion. For me, it's pretty cool. I mean, I've made my entire career in my entertainment world from the Jewish religion. As a bar mitzvah MC, I mean, that's it every weekend. I don't profess to know a lot about my religion, more, certainly not more than many of my clients know, but I know enough of the basic principles of the religion to hold a conversation. And I'm not afraid of the debate because I don't think that anybody that has a conversation with me about my religious beliefs walks away feeling like I don't care about the religion. It's just how I interpret the rules of the religion. Some of the things I just don't think make sense. And I stand up for the things that I feel that I believe strongly in, and just a number of the things I think don't make sense to me. So
there's a new show on NBC called The Good Life, and it is about about the afterlife, right? It's about this woman who dies, and she, but there's a really funny line where the woman is talking to this guy who's like an angel, basically. And she says, "Okay, so who got it right?" Like, she just got there, right? She's like, "Who got it right? What religion got it right?" And he said, "Well, the Hindus and, the Muslims, the Jews, the Catholics, everybody got it a little bit right. Everybody, about 5%. Everybody gets little bits and pieces of it right. Well, except for Doug." He was like, "What?" And again, it wasn't Doug Sandler, just coincidentally the guy's named Doug.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
I wasn't referring to you.
I thought I did something wrong here. Okay. No.
And he said, and she's like, "Doug who?" "Oh, well, in the 70s, there was this guy named Doug. He was a stoner in Ottawa, Canada. And one day he's talking to his friend and he starts talking about religion. And he just starts talking and talking and talking. And he got it 92% right. What? It's amazing." And and you look up on the wall and there's like this picture, like a portrait, right? Like an old time painted portrait of this guy, Doug, who just looks like this stoner teenager, right? And he's like, "I'm really lucky to have that in my wall, actually."
That's interesting. No, I've never seen
it. It was really funny.
Never saw the show.
It's only been a couple episodes in, but it's pretty funny. I kind of like it. Ted Danson, who used to be on Cheers, is the angel guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, did we covered a second topic this week? So far,
we're 30 minutes in. It's over, so we can't get to another topic. But yes, we did cover another topic.
That's all right. So far, I feel like I think I'm beginning to understand what our strategy should be. We should have one topic. We should cover that one topic completely over the course ad nauseum through the course of the episode.
Does that mean you're not going to send me 27 topics anymore?
Maybe I won't. Things evolve, Strick. Kind of like the promise statement evolves. So is the strategy.
Last week when we had our episode where we had your son on,
yeah,
my favorite part of the episode was where I was telling him that you're going to send him show notes and he should ignore them because we're not going to get to any of them. And right after that, you said to him, "Okay, Adam, I just emailed you the show notes," and he immediately said, "Okay, I'm deleting them right now."
I did laugh at that.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, Adam was a good guest. Oh my gosh! Just so you know, after we had that whole conversation with him on the air, so it was last week was another holiday. It was Rosh Hashanah, and we continued the debate, a friendly debate, but we continued the debate at my brother's house, Richard's house, when we went over there. So it was just very, very interesting. The conversation that starts on the podcast never just stays on the podcast. So Nice Guy Community, as you are hitting the stop button or when this episode is over and Steve O'Brien takes us out of here officially, continue the conversation with somebody at your office about the whole religious thing. I think it's very important. I mean, it's very interesting to note where you are in relation to where other people are with religion. And even if you have completely polar opposite opinions on the way religion should be in one's life, you guys can still be friends. How about that? There's the conclusion.
Your daughter Rachel never heard the episode where I ranted about her music education, did she?
No, but she that actually was a conversation that we had at the dinner table also, and she very clearly knows. I don't know whether it was through that episode or maybe she is a closet listener to the Nice Guys. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Or whether, have you had this conversation with her in the past? Because I know that she was doing some nannying for you for a while. Did you ever talk to her about this?
Oh, gosh, no. I don't think so. Not that I know of. And by the way, I love your daughter, Rachel. I think she's incredibly talented. It's just the whole cost versus benefit of an advanced degree in music. It just doesn't make sense to me.
No, I totally get that. I just didn't know if you had a conversation with her at another time because she knew how your feelings. And I was like, how does she know what his feelings are about
she did hear the episode because I don't ever remember having that conversation.
Okay, maybe. All right, let's head out of here. Nice Guy Community, never underestimate the power of nice. Strickland Bonner, once again, midweek right here. Tomorrow's episode. I think we're going to cover tomorrow. I don't.
Old storefront versus the new storefront.
Yeah, we should do that.
Sales funnels are whack.
Yeah, I like the sales funnels are whack. Yeah, all in the same. That's all in the same category actually. So
I agree.
All right, let's do that. Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Fill up your week with the Nice Guys. Have fun storming the castle, boys.